Ayan. Ayan. So welcome to our November gathering of Converge people. So usually we have one ministry in the spotlight. But this time, since konti lang naman tayo, we would like to be hearing from each ministry actually. And then we will also give an overview of where Converge Philippines is at this point. But as we go forward, know that all of you are, yung mga views ninyo, yung mga perspectives ninyo, where you want the Converge ministry to go is very much welcome. So ayan po. So maybe we'd just like to hear a little more kung kamusta yung bawat isa as we go forward. Medyo nagkakwentuhan na kami dito with Carissa and Roselyn. So maybe start with Eunice. Okay lang, Eunice, to hear from you, and then Pastor Ron.
Yeah, sure. Kumusta as a self?
Or yeah, individually, but also as
general.
we're looking at the ministries, is particularly in youth ministries. How are you guys doing at this point? And we know na medyo good news sa lahat, no, na all of the cases in the Philippines at least have gone down and they've opened. So I don't know what that means for you at this point. So magandang marinig kung kamusta.
I see. For us, I think we're very thankful na PDA vaccination is available kasi I think the whole pandemic, we were not really able to meet with the young people, especially yung mga under 18. So we really stopped online fellowships and all that. Nag-focus lang kami with small groups. So we are thankful that most of our young people are vaccinated, at least partially. And then we also planned a Christmas party or jumpstart this December as we gather again sa youth. So we are really thankful for the availability of vaccines, and then even for the leaders who are still faithful to meet. And yung nag-usap pa din kami, we are still planning even if hindi pa close to December, we were still talking about what we will do with the youth like that. And I think that's the highlight of my pasalamat at this time kasi it's almost December na. Tatapos na yung 2021. We were still not able to meet with the young people since the pandemic. So we're just thankful na we will be able to meet again. So, yan.
Thanks, Eunice. And umalis na si Carrie. She had work to catch up on. But again, we're recording this. So people are also gonna be coming in a little while. So again, salamat, Eunice. Diyan po sa inyo, Pastor Rodney, in Malaybalay. And again, si Eunice is coming from Iligan.
Good afternoon po sa lahat. Currently, I was hired by DAP, the Development Academy of the Philippines, as a consultant in their OSY, OSHA, Out of School Youth in Valencia City, and they piloted a project around 300 out of school youth. So I just came there now, doing all the necessary listing with partnership with the LGU Valencia, with the local youth development officers office, so their mayor, and also with the DepEd, the ALS EST, with the DAP. So, and earlier we have a meeting with the Test the Head, because they will be providing 4 skills trainers. So the Valencia young people. We have made a survey, and majority of them they want the health, healthcare training, electronics, and food processing. So I'm very grateful to the Lord for allowing me to be their consultant to help the 300 out of school youth. It's a grade 9, grade 10 students that will be entering senior high school for their TVL, technical vocational learning. So I am so happy being with them. So we are now on the LIS. We're screening maybe first week or second week in December. We'll be having an orientation for 300 of them, because there's a possibility that we'll be having a face-to-face training. And the best thing of the DAP is because it is a Australian aid funded. The DAP will be providing 300 tablets, allowance, transportation, and data load for their schooling. So I'm very happy for the Lord for allowing me to work with them.
DAP is the government-based organization, di ba?
It's actually DepEd,
Okay.
but the make an office like the DAP, because there are lots of programs of the DepEd which cannot be handled by DepEd, so they allow the DAP
Okay, that's
to,
great.
to help with their loopholes with the DepEd, but the DAP was funded by House Aid. So I'm so happy with my allowance. it's not it's not normal allowance. It's a big one. Free. I have a transportation because their budget total all budget for one slot is 150. That's 5.2 million. So they're allowing me to have a 2 slots. That's 300. So I have a 10.4 million budget, and they're giving me 15% for my
Wow.
ano na,
So, pasama naman sa program dyan.
excluding the allowance and transportation and everything. So happy. I'm so happy for that.
Pasama naman sa ano dyan, paano ba kami makaride sa...
Di pa kasi yung yung allowance kasi by trans, first trans,
okay.
second, upon completion of the project, there will be the last will be 10% upon completion of the total cost. So I'm so happy kasi doble
So
yung
your
ano
role is
doble.
advisor, tama po ba? Your advisor yung role mo? So you're helping to set up kung paano yung program, ganun?
Ako nag-consult, ako nagpastal ng mga arrange ng implementation program, lahat-lahat, hiring all the KAIs and yung mga community als instructor at saka yung skills trainer. Yeah, so we work hand in hand with the LGU Valencia City and the DepEd als EST and DAP. So,
okay.
And also, presidential, we have a launching last night. I will not say the president. Mindanao.
Okay, yes. So medyo mainit na topic yan, Kuya Rodney. Kaya maganda siguro, we actually talked about plans for, how can especially we prepare youth leaders for ano yung pwede natin magawa sa area na yan din. Whether it's, equipment.
Lastly, I would like to also to share, I have a talk with, remember Dr. Mark Anderson.
Yeah.
The Hive. So we have a Zoom meeting because I'm sharing to them about creating a module or a manual, mobilizing the youth leaders to participate in community for societal transformation and community, engagement, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're gathering around maybe 6 from all other places like Uzbekistan, Nepal, those like-minded youth workers to gather together and share all those,
So nakasama ka pala doon sa Hive gathering ni Pastor Mark?
Yeah. Right now we're engaging because we have a talk class Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
It's a 1-hour talk.
Informal.
Right now we're creating.
Was that informal or was that part of an event?
Zoom, no, Zoom lang, informal.
Okay.
So we're trying to mix some modules or a simple manual how the young people will be mobilized to engage in the community. Mas maganda yun kasi doktor siya ng yung Institute of Youth Studies, di ba?
Yeah.
Too happy.
All right. And then Ate Roselyn, would like to hear from you. Kamusta ang inyong ministry?
Hello po. Good afternoon.
Good.
So from here sa South Cotabato po. So yung ministry, actually we've tried na mag-online pero ngayon po pastor, mahirap kasi yung signal din, hindi masyadong malakas dito. Medyo unstable po yung internet connection ng iba and some of the members is not able po kasi may mga elders kami na hindi pa naka-Android na phone. Yun po. So, possible hindi sila makasali and all. And our pastor is somehow matanda na rin po. So, medyo mahirap mag-adapt sa new normal. Pero nag-ano po kami, yung discipleship po namin, we have mga leaders sa church. So, sila po yung nagkakandak kanya-kanya. Hindi siya general fellowship, pero yung farm group nila or yung direct discipleship nila is through yung mga under na po sa kanila. So we are adopting a system yung katulad po sa G12. So yun po. And then sa ibang mga churches din po, sa ibang mga denomination, ganun din po, wala masyadong face-to-face na fellowship for the youth. Pero this December po, by God's grace, we are planning to conduct a face-to-face fellowship na. So sana ma-push through po last week ng December. And then I would like to share po last weekend dito po sa Jensan, may isang denomination po, River of God, nagkandak po sila ng face-to-face fellowship. So yun po, nakasali yung ibang youth namin doon, pero limited lang po talaga kasi yun sa venue. So medyo maliit lang po yung nakasali. Pero somehow at least happy po kasi na-refresh na rin yung fire po. So yun lang po yung update dito sa amin. Thank you po.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad to hear. And we have Pastor Evan Ray. Right now, puro Cebuano to, but let's just talk in English or Tagalog kasi tayo po ay nagre-record din para sa iba. Kuya Evan, kamusta dyan? And anong balita locally?
Hello, Kuya. Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Pastor Evan from Cebu. Yes, everything is good right now. Actually, kakatapos lang ng we attended kasambayanan, something like that, yung parang sa police ministry na so kakagaling ko lang doon, kakauwi ko na umuulan. So it's quite challenging weather ngayon. Anyways, everything is good naman dito sa Cebu. Sa Church of the Nazarene, we are looking forward sa mga district youth convention namin ngayong December, where we will be hearing reports from all over our churches, sa mga district, sa whole district namin, and they will be reporting sa buong mga year na nangyari. Kasi sa church, we are December to November ang aming fiscal year. So actually dapat November pa lang nag-report na, pero ngayon December 11 naka-schedule yung youth conventions namin. So looking forward din doon sa youth convention that I can promote Converge if given the chance by our district NYI president, and sana mapasali talaga sila dito because they lalong-lalo na sila, they better represent the church and the youth ministry dito sa Converge. Yan.
I want to hear about that a little bit pala, bro, kasi I heard from, who's this? Si El Cid on plans to be more, I don't know, in partnership with so I don't know if that if you have heard around those lines. Pero at least it's good to hear that those things are happening. Is the youth convention like for Cebu lang, or is that for like the Philippines?
Cebu lang kuya, right now. Wala po akong connection ngayon with Pastor Elcid. They had just a meeting with the whole siya yung representative, yung whole Church of the Nazarene, bawat auxiliary nag-meeting. So yung missions, yung youth, yung discipleship na mga ano.
Aha.
But wala akong idea sa mga ano nila. So as far as I know, merong transition that will be happening for a new leadership sa may national level. So we're looking forward din sa ano na yan. We'll give updates sa'yo pag meron na.
For sure. Again, very glad to have you. And sige, allow me to share a little bit right now about the Converge Philippines at least. Pero for me, it's been mainly travel. As it's stated here, I'm involved with Global Lead Southeast Asia, and in a sense we've been able to do some things online. Pero like you all, we are looking forward to going to physical trainings once again. And let's take a look. And I know that a lot of people are currently seizing the opportunity, at least here in the Philippines, to go out and do things not just online. So ayan po. So welcome, Steven. Before I give some updates on Converge, no? Just want to hear very quickly, kamusta dyan?
Okay lang. Doing okay.
How's Singapore? Like cases also as low as the Philippines? Like bumaba ng 90% dito? And people are able
When they open up after 80% vaccination, tumaas yung case, but mga 3,000 a day. But it is very controlled kasi they manage through home quarantine, tas may mga telemedical.
Interesting.
Parang may mga so they reopen when 80% of the population is vaccinated, including foreigners.
So it's
when
like wala na talaga dyan? No masks and everything?
May mask pa rin.
Okay. Sige. All right. So we have Steven, we have Evan to look into some of the Converge things. But allow me to share this. Again, we're recording this. One of the things that I'd like us to do within the Converge family, I know we're from different places, but I'm sharing a screen from the Discord. So yung Discord is, we started this last April as a place where we could link up online. So unlike the Zoom, which requires us to be both online at the same time, Discord offers a couple of advantages. Kaya yung isang goal ko going forward is actually to bring more people to not just join us in the Zoom, but also in the Converge. So some things that I can share about Converge, and you can see here, is that meron siyang iba't ibang advantages as compared to, for example, Facebook. No? Bakit hindi na lang Facebook? So one thing I've been really looking for in linking up youth ministries is yung information. So in the Discord, we can have information at least more organized than say in Facebook. So for example, I'll share the link later. Actually, it's posted there now, but if you need it, just send me a message. Pero we have placed here iba't ibang announcement, and then you can know about Converge. There are dates kung kailan siya nailagay. So in essence, you can track down information much better than if you were on Facebook. So if you take a look at this, merong iba't ibang areas. So for example, general, this is where everybody can just talk and chat. And then if you have events that you want to share about, or if you want to know about what's going on, Philippine-wide, some of these are even, across the region or even global, you can find that under events. Again, this is only as good as, who are the people who are joining here. So I think the more of us are here, the better will be this thing. So and then there's the place for ideas and feedback. Prayer requests, we have that. And of course, kung gusto niyo ng chika, may off-topic naman. Isang area na we are trying to look at is youth and politics. So again, just feel free to share anything here. Kasi if there's enough, momentum or enough talk, we can make that into something na magiging focus group and we can invite people. Of course, meron tayong giveaway. So ayan po, if you click here, makasali kayo sa isang draw. But we're gonna use this page to have people, get giveaways, or if you want to give something, you can place that here, lalo na at Christmas. Tapos dito makikita din yung mga initiatives natin. So like for 2021, we looked at asset mapping, esports, we have missional theology, which I think or is it young theologians that Stephen will share about. And then of course, merong iba't ibang topics dito. So these were the priorities for 2021. But again, what I like about this is you can kind of, sort out information better than in other places. So sana magamit natin to. And then if you take a look down, may iba't ibang, we call this channels, but where you can know about sino-sino yung mga involved in Converge. We want na sana all of the Philippine ministries will be somehow here and linked. I know that's not easy, but it's something to look forward to having. So ayan po, no? Ang maganda nito is that we know that, if you were to make a registry of, just even now, we make a list of all the leaders all across the Philippines. Maybe when we start next year, baka bago na yan. Okay, so it's really hard to track current information. But in a sense, this can be a place to start doing that. Kasi matatrack mo, you can actually look into certain places and like for example, you go to Gospel Riders, makikita mong, si Aaron Gibaw nag-post dito. So you can actually send Aaron Gibaw a message and he will be, you can communicate to him directly. So you can do the same with other people dito sa WEA Converge. So if you're not here, for sure we can place your organization. So I think most of us are here. Nandito na yung Youth Alive. You actually have different Youth Alive organizations. And we have the Nazarene, we have Living Word, and we also have si Kuya Rodney lang yata wala dito. So those things, and then again, ang maganda nito is it's invite only. So meaning it's people knowing people. Later on baka may pumasok na hindi mo kilala, but this is known by somebody who is already part of the community. So ayan po, just a little overview of, something that can help us going forward. And ang maganda sa Discord is that we can build it for growth, meaning you can have 100,000 people kaya pumasok within the Discord. So ganon. Kuya Evan, baka may gusto kang idagdag, pero that's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, ano lang siguro, Converge is a very safe platform. Ginagamit siya noon ng mga gamers. Started with a gaming community. That's how they communicate before using Discord. And then later on, some schools adopted Discord because, again, it's free. The platform is very good for communication talaga. So Discord expanded then in order to cater schools, organizations, in order to connect them. Yun lang yung ano, ang pangalan ng app is Discord, pero actually it's connecting people. So it's a very powerful tool. Actually, you can use that for your ministries if you're not yet familiar. You can use it like Zoom. Meron siyang voice chat. Then meron din siyang video call. And yung video call niya, it can cater kahit 50 to 100 people. Walang problema. Tapos wala kang bayad. Yung ano lang ni Discord is magbabayad ka lang if you want to upload larger files of mga documents, ganun. Kasi yung free na Discord, maliit lang yung pwede mong i-upload. Yun lang yung ano niya. Hindi naman ganun talaga kamahal din yung payment ni Discord. At the same time, pwede ka rin mag-share screen. So it's a very good tool. Actually, siguro, Kuya Alvan, in the future, we can try also meeting at Discord para for the Converge mismo, para we get the feel of how to use it in the future rather than Zoom. Para at least yung mga kasama naman natin dito ma-familiarize nila yung paggamit ng Discord.
That would be good. We did try it one time, no? Pero konti lang tayo.
Yes po, yeah. We tried it. Yan.
Sige.
So maganda.
Let's
Magandang
look forward
app
to that. No? Okay.
And by the way, you can install the app. Meron talaga siyang specific app for the laptop, tapos meron din siyang specific app for your phone. So you don't need a browser in order to access yung Discord. Kailangan mo talagang i-download yung app niya sa may Google Play. Tapos sa laptop naman, just go to Discord, I think .com, something like that. And you can install also. Tapos connected na yun, yung same na account mo, you can connect it sa cellphone mo at sa laptop mo. For example, right now, I'm logged in sa Discord using my phone. So meron din siyang button na floating button, katulad ni Messenger, yung parang maliit na button na bilog na ma-move mo siya kung may tumatawag. So while the call is ongoing sa Discord, may ganun din siya. So may floating buttons. So it's very easy to use, and hopefully yun nga, we can use it sa future sa ano natin dito sa Converge. Nakamute ka, kuya.
Unmute. Ayan. Maybe you did not see it a while ago. I am doing a giveaway here na dapat to join the giveaway, you have to click. Ayan, may 4 na. So, ayan, si ER naglagay na. But please, Steven, si Roselyn, please do join in and just click that button kasi do-draw ko na to mamaya. So, dapat may GCash account lang kayo, and then you just have to click that button. All right. So, ayan lang po ang gusto ko i-share, and then we'll see where we can bring that going forward. Yes, Evan, you wanted to share something else with regards to our Converge?
Yeah, sa mga meron tayo siguro mga bago dito, no, sa I'm not sure kung meron na first timer sa na sumali sa Converge kasi late akong pumasok. So I see dito mga ano.
I think Rose is the newest, pero she was here last month.
Okay.
Pero okay lang yan.
Ano lang siguro, parang konting promotion din sa Converge. What we are doing, again, Converge is a collaboration, no? It's not organization, it's collaboration of organization, no? Parang tulungan tayo, sharing of information, mga ministries natin. At I'm glad to share din sa nangyayari ngayon na work together with us. I belong to Purpose and Passion Philippines. Our ministry is teaching churches about biblical interpretation. So yan yung ministry namin. So yung course namin, it runs to 3 months, ang level 1, level 2 na training, yung generous namin. Yung level 1 training, yung basic hermeneutics namin, it runs for 1 month, tapos yung generous namin is 3 months. And we are so glad because of Converge, nung na-connect kami with Youth Alive. If you're familiar with Assemblies of God Youth Alive, with Kuya Herman Johnson, wala siya ngayon. But dahil sa Converge, nagka-connect kami and nag-work together ang Purpose and Passion and Youth Alive in partnership for this ministry. So last time, nakatapos na yung Youth Alive ng Actually, twice na silang nakatapos ng level 1 training. The first one, I think there were around 16 na mga youth. Yung second na, yes, tapos yung second na training, I think more than 30 plus. No? Tapos ngayon nag-level 2 na sila. Yung galing sa level 1 nasa level 2 and ongoing ngayon training namin. We are in the second week of or third week na ng training namin with Youth Alive. So ganyan po kaganda yung Converge. Again, it's a community where we can share yung mga ministries natin with one another. We can connect with one another, help, collaborate, learn from each other. So if you have friends, mga kasama nyo, let them join dito sa Converge dahil you will really learn a lot about other churches and about their ministries. So we are willing also to share our ministry sa inyo, and lahat po yan ang ginagawa namin is for free. So if you want to connect with us, if you want your church to be trained for biblical interpretation sa purpose and passion, we are so willing to train your church as long as you're also willing. Again, ganyan po, collaboration tayo, let's work together. So we are so thankful talaga sa Converge. Because of this, we are able to meet new people and connect with other ministries and other churches. So ganyan po. Thank you, Kuya Alvan.
Salamat din, ER. Steven, can you share also what's happening in the departments of Converge that you're involved in?
Let me share something. It's very
Go ahead, bro.
quickly. So, for one of the discussions now with Converge International is missional theology. So, for us in the Philippines, so we're trying to start something too. So, with the young theologians who are part of this group. So, last 22 of October, we discussed with Scott. So, yeah, they are the forerunners of the thinking behind this, where they want to empower young people to theologize for themselves and have them live it out tangibly in their context for us in the Philippines. So through this, when they live out their faith, they can also encourage other believers throughout the globe. So this is in a nutshell, what they're trying to think about and what we're trying to have here in the Philippines. So missional theology and maybe contextual theology has been already talked about. So one of the starters or the people behind contextual theology in Asia is maybe Bishop Wayung, where back then our theology is mainly influenced by the West. So there's a climate of skepticism, and it has lost touch to the Asian context, or not so much relevant to the Asian context. So it says here it is unengaged. It emerged out of cognition, purely academic, rather than missiological. So he is trying to explain in this book that in the Philippines, our theology must be inherently missional because of the several problems we see. So we see now, makita natin our churches that it's not engaged in the community. So we just had a talk with Pastor Rodney before how the church is disengaged with the community because how we were influenced with our theology is from a Western concept. Now, since we're trying to contextualize theology, so we're starting to see this move. So we hear from Bishop Wayung, so he's a bishop in Malaysia, that mission is comprehensive. Dapat no, it's not just cognitive. It's not confined to evangelism, church planting, but it also includes these tangible things like diseases, demonic powers, even social justice, social political action. So which is this is very aligned to what we've talked about with Pastor Rodney as an example of what they have been doing in Balay-Balay previously. So this aspect of theology is not that prevalent yet in the Philippines, sad to say. Many of us is only active to the community when the COVID struck. Or we were forced to do bayanihan, community pantry, something like that. But other than that, the church has always been not so engaged to the community. So as presented also by Pastor Rodney. So in summary, this tells us that majority of the Asian theology is like a banana. It looks like yellow on the outside, but on the inside it is white. But what we should need is mangoes. Asian theology is just Western theology dressed up to look Asian. Jung says that we need more mangoes. So in the Philippines, we have the sweetest mango in the world. Or Asian theology that is Asian through and through. He says that it is crucial if Asian Christians are to develop a clear sense of self-identity. So that's what we call parang self-theologizing. So to heal from any divisions caused by the impositions of those without, so from those external influences, the predetermined imposition of the Western thinking. Culture is wiped out, and the beauty of what our culture can bring about in the context of what the context of the Philippines, how that can also inform theology in particular. So in a sense, this is just maybe an introductory reflection in my behalf on what I'm thinking about, and this pushes the church to be more missional, in short, to be more community engaged, because especially if we're looking at reaching the young generation, they are after a church that is genuine as what they see in the Bible. Jesus healed the sick. Jesus looked after the poor, dined with all these quote unquote sinners or the lowly in society. But sadly, the evangelical church in the Philippines is more middle class, so more Western mega church, or I don't know if that's also the same in your context, but majority of the evangelicals in the Philippines are from the middle class level. So it's disengaged to the theology that what we must have. So for example, like, diba, like our theology is, or our evangelical conversations is only involved to those who have internet access. How about those na walang internet access? So I think that's the context of a chunk of a youth too in the Philippines, right? So that's something that we need to reflect about. So how can Christians who are more privileged, so in the evangelical sphere, maybe make an impact to those who are underprivileged? And so may mga ganong thinking, no? And I think the church should be a forerunner to those things, because where politics or politicians or even the government is in. So yeah, just to start with some reflections about missional theology in public. So yun lang, no? Any response or anything you'd like to?
That's great, bro. I want to hear first from the people here. I have my questions for you. Pero what are your thoughts, mga kapatid, dyan sa sinabi ni Steven?
So yeah, later on, maybe we can engage more of the youth, think about this, and get them to apply it in their ministries, in their activities, in their year-end plan. So we're willing as they learn more about theologizing, textual theology. So yeah,
That's really good, bro. I'm wondering if you can place it actually in the. I mean, you've written it down into a PowerPoint. Maybe you can place it also doon sa Discord natin, and then we can get some things. We can send it out actually, or maybe later on we can have a theology night for that as well, like before, para lang ma-push forward yung ganung thinking.
Sige. I'll try to do a summary, a bit of some, because I only also copied some of those excerpts from the book.
But those are good. I mean, it doesn't have to be a summary. It can just be like those couple of points you shared, and then we can, as we go along, then that can be developed further.
Okay, sige. I'll just
I think
bring it, put it there to steer some, make some progress.
Some conversation, and then anybody is involved. The other thing maybe, since that's just a start. I mean, this is true for all ministries, no? But like, what's the roadmap? No, you don't have to answer this right now. But like, what's the roadmap? What's the look for next year towards really making that more and more possible, or that it would be practiced more in our local contexts.
So
Yun.
our next meeting will still meet the first week of December to clarify things more, and we'll see anong pwedeng magawa. We're still thinking, and we want yung mga youth sa kanila mismo manggagaling idea. So we want to involve them during the meeting, and if what springs out from there, if what they want to do, then just support them and help them, serve them. So, help them to materialize what they execute in a national scale.
That'll be good to see. Ayun, so nag-out na rin si Rose. They have a prayer meeting that they're attending. So, but I think that's about it for this day. Unless may mga tanong kayo, Nis, or you want to, there are some things that you want to bring forward. Saan ba makatulong yung Converge sa ministry ninyo? Please do share.
I think we don't have questions, pero we need help, or we appreciate if we could have parang mentors, but we're still talking about it. Hindi ko sure how we will do that, but I think we need mentors, especially with theology. Since it's only Pastor Jasper lang so far sa amin, and I think he's got a lot on his plate, so I think that's it. But we will reach out to you guys if we need any help. But I think that's so far
that's
our
good. That's good to hear. And I think that's really the heartbeat din, bro, sa Steven, sa the younger generation. They want somebody to guide them, but they don't know where to start maybe, or talagang walang somebody there. And I think one of the things that we're preaching is really to have these younger ones even start to develop their own theology. So, so sometimes all of this can be confusing, but again, baby steps lang siguro. Like, what can we do to start the ball rolling, start things going on. All right. So, ayan lang po. Since konti lang naman tayo at wala yung natin dito, let's continue to pray for Pastor Herman wherever he is. Wala siya ngayon. I don't know if you've heard from him. But I know he's been very, very busy kasi lilipat na siya ng location. But again, he's around. You can send him messages or whatnot.